Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 10th of November 2024. There's not much Millwall news today. I think a lot of people, they're keeping their powder dry for the week because it's a long old international week without any daily fresh Millwall news really, unless you force it and try and create it. There is an under-21 game on Thursday. There will, of course, be international players, but there's less because Scotland under-21s don't have a game. Ireland under-21s do have a game, but Adomio Maku has aged out. And there's a friendly, and the manager said basically after the last game, thanks for all the players that have been here and gone through it. We now move on to the next crop of young players for the next qualifying campaign. We do have the Serbian, Northern Ireland, and England under-20s to keep an eye on in terms of Romain Esse, Mihailo Ivanovic and George Saville. But other than that, what else is there to talk about regarding Millwall news unless something off the field happens? We all, of course, we are still waiting to find out the new TV selections from January to March. That's part of the deal. They were decided on November the 1st. So the clubs and I guess the police know, the safety advisory groups, whatever, and they need to do all that stuff behind the scenes. And once that's all done, they will then announce the games as done and dusted, and then you can start booking your trains, planes, and automobiles, buy tickets, whatever you need from January to March, and those games are set in stone. And that's supposed to be coming out this week, so we wait. And when it does, I will put it in a video and let you all know. So, the only news we have this week is this story from Sussex World at sussexexpress.co.uk. It's about the Connal Trueman situation. So he's gone back on there to Crawley Town on an emergency loan, because I think their other goalkeepers got injured. The one who was on the international duty is now injured again. So that's very unfortunate. They now have 3 goalkeepers who all have injuries. And here we go again. So, see, bit of an unusual situation to find yourself in. And the journalists have been speaking to Connal Trueman about this. So we have an interview with him regarding the situation. It's been a weird season so far for Connal Trueman, who returned to Crawley Town earlier in the week for his second 7-day loan spell. The Millwall stopper has played 4 games in red this season and has been a name on the lips of Crawley fans every time he's played. After the game against Huddersfield, Trueman was asked about his feelings on returning to the club and how welcomed he feels by the fans. He said, "It was a no-brainer for me. I really enjoyed coming last time. Obviously, we didn't have the results that we would have liked, and we conceded too many goals. I wanted to come back and sort of put that right. That didn't sit right with me, leaving it like that. So I was glad, I got the opportunity to come back and go at it again. Obviously, we got the clean sheet the other night and a better performance and result today. I'm buzzing to be back. And it's a really good changing room and a great set of lads there. But it's as difficult as it is for me as it is for them to have someone they don't know just all of a sudden come in and play. And they welcome me in really well." The goalkeeper has also appealed to the fans who've been singing his name throughout games. I've heard the Truman shouts and it's made me smile a little bit. It gives me a bit of a buzz, and they've been really good for me. It's a weird situation for everyone. When I come in last minute and get chucked in, and they've been great and they've talked to me and I really appreciate the support. Trueman has also managed to get some tips of Crawley boss Rob Elliott, who was a former goalkeeper for Newcastle. He said, first and foremost, he's just a really good guy. He helped me settle, made me feel welcome straight away and made me feel wanted. So I really appreciate that. He was a goalkeeper at the top level, so I'm trying to pick his brain as much as possible and get hints and tips all along the way, and then hopefully get to make myself better as much as I can. So there you go. That is literally the only bit of Millwall news today. We now move on to the stats, which if you're not sticking around for, thank you for watching, but ahead we go. This is from whoscored.com, and you can see this situation from the match: the goal in 42 minutes, booking for them, And then the second half was where a lot of stuff happened. Substitution at half-time for Millwall. Substitution for them on 55 minutes. So clearly not happy with what he was seeing. He made the subs on 55 minutes, didn't wait for the 60 or the 70th minute. And then they make the obviously those changes had an effect because 5 minutes after that they score. And then we make changes late on to kind of like I guess shore up the game. We decided, okay, that's it for us. We'll take a point. And right at the end again, Sean Hutchinson comes in for Femi Aziz. If you look at the top left and top right where the club badges are, you can see, hang on a minute, I'm doing it backwards, I did it wrong. Okay, so Millwall created a high number of chances relative to possession, stole the ball often from the opposition, were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities from set pieces, but we lost possession often. We attacked down the right hand side and we favoured long balls. And you can see it's a bit of a mixed bag on the top performers on the right hand side. Attempts on goal 8 and 8, 4 and 4 open play, 2 and 4 set piece, 2 counter attacks for them, 0 for us. And that means with 1 goal from 8 shots, it's a conversion rate of 12% for both teams. So pretty even. So maybe a draw was a fair result. I think so, really. I mean, it's a good result and a fair result. Well, fair as in they should have had a penalty, but you know, like I said in yesterday's video, swings and roundabouts, the balance of justice has returned to equilibrium after all of the rugby tackles on Jake Cooper over the years. So you can see we were mostly going down the right and then they were mostly going down the left. I don't know if they were taking advantage of that, trying to counter us as we were going down. I don't know, but you can see that's heavily slanted down that side. I don't know if they've heard of Ryan Leonard and they thought, oh yeah, we'll just do it anyway. Clearly, it's one of the best right backs in the league, in my opinion. But you know, what can you do? There's the shot directions. There's the shot zones. There's the action zones. And here is the playing positions. So you can see they're trying to overload it on that left-hand side with the 10 and 9 for Stoke. And then that means Tanganga has to come over, which did leave quite a few gaps in the middle. And you can see they were playing balls through the middle a few times, which nearly paid off. Literally after 25 seconds, it nearly paid off for them. Number 11 is that Coburn? No, who's number 11? Watmore, no? 25 is SA, 9 is Bradshaw. I think 11 must be Coburn. Okay. So we were effectively playing 4-3-3. Okay. So going back to that, so top left, top right, where the club badges are, 6.42 average player rating for Stoke, 6.49 for Millwall. Again, pretty even. That's a very close score. They've given up formation here as this. It's not this. It was 4-4-2. Number 11 is Aziz. Okay, so Coburn was dropping back. So I think the reason why they've done that, because you can see here, you've got Coburn dropping back. But it was 4-2-2, 4-4-2. I think the reason was we changed it in the second half. Obviously, Bradshaw came off at half time, so that kind of messes with this because this is over the whole game. If some of the players don't play the whole game or they get moved during it, it messes with the thing. So the man of the match, Gibson, for them. He defended well and he also scored the equalising goal. But other than that, for them, not a lot going on really. But for us, we have, so the highest rated player for us, SA was 7.9. And then you've got Coburn with 7 and Leonard with 7. You got Aziz with 6. Maybe. He was dangerous. He nearly did score. He put a few decent crosses in. So I'm not sure about that. Bradshaw with 6.3. Wintle 6.3. Okay. So 8 shots. Who had them? Bradshaw 1, Coburn 1, Aziz with 3. So that's probably his low score. So he had 3 shots. I imagine they were probably all off target. Wintle with 2. And Tanganga with 1. Possession 72 to 28. Gibson with most of their possession. In fact, Gibson with probably more possession than... See, he's got 14.8. So let's say 15. He had more possession of the ball than Bradshaw, Coburn, S.A., Denor, Wintle, and Aziz combined. Yeah, and probably chucking another one as well. Pass success percentage 87 to 67. Actually, there are a couple of players who stand out and some who don't. So again, this is why he got a low score, 31% pass success. Now, if he's just whipping balls in rather than trying to play it to a player, obviously that's going to affect that stat. But then you've got players like McNamara, 91%, Ryan Wintle, 89%, Coburn, 80%, Tanganga, 88%. So you've got ones who are really high up there, and then a few that are just dragging the average down. Obviously, they're doing the short ball, so their keeper's got 89% pass success. Ours is doing the long ball, so he's got 29%, even though there were 2 forwards up front in the first half. Dribbles of the ball, 3 to 8. Again, Romain Esse dribbling with the ball 6 times. 6 successful dribbles. Aerials won 20 to 18. Gibson with 8. Changang with 4. Cooper with 4. Coburn with 3. Esse with 3. Tackles of the ball, 14 to 18. Leonard with 5 again. They kept, like, you would imagine that once you start not really, if you keep going down the left hand side and it's not really working out for you, you might want to change it, but what can you do? Corners 9 to 2. These are the players who won the corners. We only had 2 corners in that game, and certainly Stoke did have a lot of corners, and after they did score from that corner, it was, every time they had a corner, it was squeaky bum time for me. I don't know about you. Dispossessed of the ball 7 to 8. So now moving on to this, and we can see some of the stuff. So Ben Gibson had 151 touches of the ball. Wow. But we're not interested in that. The Millwall rating, 7.92 for Romain Esse, which is incredible when you imagine he was only on the pitch for 72 minutes. In fact, our best player and our third best player were only on the pitch for 72 minutes. Josh Coburn finishing third with 7. Ryan Leonard 7.4. And then quite a bit of a drop off to Jake Cooper, 6.63. And then Casper Nor, 6.57. And you have, what do we, Femi Aziz, 3 shots, 0 on target. He played 93 minutes. And he got a lower score than Sean Hutchinson, who came on for him. And was only on the pitch for like 2 minutes. So, yeah, I don't know, was he okay? Did he have some kind, was he like, what more, he had an illness or something? I don't know. Bradshaw, 6.26. Okay. Saville, 6.46. Okay, so we had the 8 shots. How many shots were actually on target? It looks like only 1. Yeah. So again, very, very, very lucky to get that goal, to get that and get that equaliser, or to score that goal and to only concede 1 goal. Again, all of these shots off target. It's 8 shots, 1 shot on target, 1 goal. And that is why he's a quality player, is Josh Coburn, you know? Quality player. If you need more than 1 shot to score, Like, what are we doing here, bruv? What are we doing here? So let's move on to some of this and see what is what. Offsides, only one, that's Tom Bradshaw. Obviously, Langstaff wasn't playing today, and he's offside quite a bit, trying to get that extra yard advantage. Defensively, who did what? Leonard with 5 tackles, Casper with 4, SA with 3, McNamara with 2. Again, SA only on the pitch for 72 minutes. Interceptions, Casper with 3, Leonard with 2, Danny Mack with 1. Clearances of the ball, Tanganga 5, Danny Mack 4, Jake Cooper 3, and then Leonard Wintle Saville with 2. Blocked shots, only 1. That was Ryan Wintle. Okay. And passing wise, so Ryan Leonard with the most passes, 35. And Ryan Wintle there, 28, 89.3. So that's not bad really, but you consider he's in the middle of the pitch. Jeffet Tanganga, 24, 87.5. Danny Mack though, 22 passes, 90.9% pass accuracy. 1 cross, 1 accurate cross, 4 long balls, 4 accurate long balls. Clearly, I think he's trying extra hard to play in as many games as he can, because we've got this situation now where it seems that it's Joe Bryan in home games where we're attacking more, and Danny Mack in away games where we're defending more. And we'll see how that works out. Are they going to keep with that, or is it going to literally be, well, you know, Danny Mack, you know, he deserves the stop. But we'll wait and see. You know, I don't know about those two players, but I'm happy with, you know, Joe Bryan at home and Danny Mack in tougher games. That's fine with me, really. Okay. Cool. What else have we got? No, that's it. So now we're going to move on to this from fbref.com just to get the XG and other stuff. So you can see the XG is 0.8 for them and 1.2 for us. So again, pretty even. A game that you would say, on the face of it, deserved to be a draw if you disregard the fact that they blatantly should have had a penalty. But in terms of all the other stuff and all the other stats, it looks like, yeah, that was a 1-1 draw all day long. So you can see that they had 696 passes and we had 271. We had it says that we had 7 shots, so one of our 7 shots on target. They had 3 of 8, and our keeper made 2 saves. Fouls 13-8, Stoke 13, Mill 8, 9-2 corners, 22-13 crosses, 785 touches of the ball to 367. 14-15 tackles, 6-7 interceptions, 22-16 aerials 1, 23-20 clearances, 1 offside each, 8 goal kicks each, 29-19 throw-ins, and 76-81 long balls. And as we go down, so here's all the Mill player stuff. Tom Bradshaw having 5 touches of the ball. 5 touches of the ball. Shot creating actions, again Romain Esse with 5, Femi Aziz with 1, Ryan Wintle with 4, and he was involved in a goal apparently. They give him that. Was he the one who whipped the ball in then? Was it? I don't think it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. I thought it was Femi Aziz. Why are they giving it to Ryan Wintle? Femi Aziz whipped the ball in. And then Bradshaw swiped it and missed it. And then Josh Coburn came in and knocked it in. So that should be on Femi Aziz. I don't know why they've done that. That's very weird. See carries of the ball. If we look over here. carries of the ball and progressive carries, which means taking the ball 10 yards towards your opponents. Not really what we were doing. And again, Romain Esse, look at it, look, take-ons. Basically trying to dribble past someone. 9, 6 successful. Wow. So yeah, like that's fantastic stuff there. What else shall we look at? Aerial duels. Yep. Typical. This is what he was doing before, and this is what he's doing again. Aerial duels, won and lost. Tom Bradshaw 1-0, lost 3. Can we get Josh Coburn? 1-3, lost 4. Mihailo Ivanovic 1-1, lost 7. I guess that's Ben. Would they put Ben Gibson on him probably? Okay. All right. So here's the goalkeeper stats. Lucas Jensen, 3 shots on target against, 1 goal against, 2 saves, save percentage 66.7. That post shot XG in total was 1.2. Launched 23 attempts, 6 were completed, 26.1 completion rate. Passes overall, free throw-ins 19 others. 78.9 of them were launched long with average length of 48.4. All of the dead ball goal kicks were 8 of them were all launched at an average length of 63 yards. The opponents crossed into the opposition into our box 18 times. He didn't come out once. His average distance from the goal line was 4 yards. And here you go. All of the shots in the first half, and then 3 shots in the second half. Again, they've got Ryan Winter with the pass to Josh Coburn. Yeah, that's not really how it went down. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear it was Femi Aziz who crossed it in. Unless Ryan Winter passed it to Femi Aziz and then that went to Josh Coburn. So they've missed the player out. I don't know. Maybe they got it wrong. So you can see straight off the bat in the first minute, 0.31 XG. And that was a better chance than the goal that they scored. But it was off target, so the post shot XG was 0. And a lot of these were off target. That one there was saved. This one here was saved. That was 16 yards out. That one was 25 yards out. And this one, 4 yards out from the goal, Josh Coburn, 0.89 XG. It goes up to 0.99. Yep, that's, you know what I mean? You get a chance like that, you got to put it away. And most of shots are off target. That one was blocked, so that was the one that was blocked by the Mill player. And then Winter off target. And then in the second half, we don't have a shot. So no wonder that the geezer made the changes in 55 minutes. And no one had a shot. He made the substitutions on 54 minutes. And the first shot comes in 60th minute from, the corner. He got deflected apparently. 0.11 XG and it goes up to 0.74. And then Femi Aziz had a shot in the second half, 12 yards out, left foot, off target. And they had a shot right at the end, off target, 15 yards out. So there you go. A game that, if you disregard the blatant foul that they should have had a penalty for, that a 1-1 was a fair result. And after the 3 games on Saturday, which were Sheffield United beating Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom beating Hull 2-1, and Burnley beating Swansea 1-0, that leaves us down in 8th now. We've dropped a couple of places back down to 8th. 23 points. And again, I think it's about consolidating now. Because if we do win our next game, which is easier said than done because it's home against Sunderland, the league leaders, we get to 26 points and that will only take us up to 5th because there is a gap. There's a 2-point gap between 5th and 4th, a 2-point gap between 4th and 3rd, and then another 2-point gap between 3rd and 2nd. So there you go. But much like the Leeds and Burnley game, this is a big game in a couple of weeks against Sunderland. So we'll see how we go. I believe they have a couple of injuries. Joey Bellingham suspended. So they're not at full force. We got the injured players back. Please, for the love of God, I hope Tom Bradshaw doesn't start. But other than that, yeah, I mean, not bad. 15, so played 15 games. That's a third of the season. 15 plus 15 plus 15. Remainder 1, that's a third of the season. Minus the last game of the season. So we are a third of the way through the season. We've only lost 4 games. Which is pretty much, apart from Bristol City, is the best outside the top 5. Because all of those have only lost 2. We've got a positive goal difference. We've only conceded 13 goals. We've won 6 games, which is, it's just under half. And if you think we've only lost 4, then that's less than a third of our games. So not bad. And you'd imagine, like, when you go back through the games and you think, there are some games we could have done better with and got better results from, like the defeat against Bristol City, defeat against Watford, QPR game. And when you try and look at the other way in terms of games that we got lucky with, obviously the Stoke game, we kind of did get lucky with that, with the ref not giving that penalty. But maybe what other game, like the Swansea game where we nicked it at the end, but I think we probably deserved to do that. We just got, like, if it was a 0-0, that wouldn't have been an egregious result. But 1-0 was a lot better. So yeah, we, swings and roundabouts. But I think that's a pretty decent position in the league after a third of our games, to be 8th. And hopefully Josh Coburn stays fit, because having strikers score goals, like I said in the video the other day, the only concern now is that the goals have dried up a little bit regarding what it was like at the start of the season, and that means that if we're still only scoring 1 goal a game, we need to keep a clean sheet to win them, because if we do concede a goal, it looks like we're going to be at the best drawing 1-1. So it would be nice if we can score more than 1 goal a game. I guess that's what the attempt was yesterday, trying to play 2 up front, but that really didn't work. So we'll see how we go. I mean, I think you've got to work off of Romain Esse. Like, he's the one. He's the chosen one. He's doing a lot up front. He's a creative player up front. You got to get him to create, and get him and Josh Coburn to working together, figuring things out. And then we'll see how we go. But yeah, on that note, well, thank you for watching, and goodbye.